I'm Matthew Martin, and the news is good. Tonight, a day with Jesus. I'm excited to preach this coming Lord's Day. It is the second sermon this year that is exclusively devoted to our theme, which is Do What Jesus Did. We have a special sermon in place for you. We're going to take a day with Jesus. We often talk about all these amazing things that Jesus did and these amazing sermons that Jesus preached. And as Bible readers, we kind of dip into and out of those famous moments. We kind of sink in and sit down at his feet and listen to a story that he tells, a parable here or there, or listen to a sermon that he preaches. And then we dip out and we go about our lives. And then we come back in another time and, now Jesus is on a boat in a storm, or now Jesus is talking at the temple. We kind of pop in and out of Jesus' life. I think it's interesting to look at Mark chapter 4, and that's our study this coming Sunday. We're going to go to Mark chapter 4, and we're going to see some very famous moments in the life of Jesus in the ministry of the Lord. The first of which is the famous parable of the sower, the seed that is sowed and scattered, and it falls on different soils. And then after that, later, the disciples come to Jesus, and they ask him to explain the parable, and he then teaches some other parables. And then after that, they get on a boat, and the storm comes, and Jesus has to calm the storm. And these are individual moments that themselves are their own sermons and are often preached individually and studied in classes individually. But they all take place, bang, 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 over the course of a single day. And I think it'd be interesting to just kind of wake up with the Lord that morning, go through the day with him, and end that evening and see, is there some connective tissue between all of these big events that happened that have become so well known to us in this one day in his life? So that's our sermon on Sunday. I'm kind of dancing around what I'm exactly going to do with it, but I'm excited about it. I can't wait to preach it. I hope you'll bring a friend to come with you to Vilonia to come hear that sermon. Again, the title of it is just A Day with Jesus. Come spend that day with us, with him. See you then. God bless. It is Friday, February 13th, and that means we are 2 days away, in fact, less than 2 days away from the Lord's Day, when this auditorium in which I'm standing will be hopefully full of people come to worship the Lord. Are you making plans to come worship the Lord? I hope that you are. Every Saturday, late afternoon, early evening, after I've put the final touches on the sermon for the following Lord's Day, I always put a post on Facebook and I say, I'm getting ready to worship God. Are you? And I mean that. Are you getting ready to worship God? It should not be a thing you take so lightly that you just roll out of bed on Sunday and decide then in that moment, am I going to worship God today? It should be a given you're going to worship God. Then it should be a given that in the days preceding that, you're getting yourself ready to worship God. I hope that you are. I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope to see you here if you're in the area to worship with us at Vilonia this coming Lord's Day. God bless.